Hey, good morning, everyone. It is early. I'm in California right now. It's every bit of it. It just turned over to 7 a.m., but I got up super early to get after it. A lot of work to do today, and I didn't want to miss out giving you guys a message today. So I got a lot of messages I have to get through this week. I may knock them out today. Uh, Maybe a few of them. I'm gonna try to knock out all of them. But most definitely, I want to start off today by saying hello. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and it's great to be back to you once again to continue spiritual growth, to continue knowledge and understanding of life. Um, Mainly today, I want to talk about focus and your purpose in life. The two go hand in hand. Focus is very important, whatever you're trying to do, guys. I say this to you right now. Focus on your purpose till it's done. I know we want to do a lot of different things, but I want you to understand when you do things at the wrong time, it can be a distraction, it can be a hindrance, and ultimately you hinder yourself from completing your goals and purpose in life. When Jesus started his ministry after being baptized, it only took him 3 years. He was focused. He got it done. A lot of us have goals that we've been trying to reach for years, but it's because we lose focus. It's because we get distracted. It's because we want to go live life, have fun, opposed to understanding that there's a time for it. Opposed to understanding that, hey, I stay focused now, finish my purpose, then all the stuff comes after. But we as people, we want to mix it in and do it all at once. We want to a little bit here, let's go have fun there. A little bit here, let's go have fun there. And ultimately, what that's doing is some people are never finishing their goals. Some people never reach their full potential. And a lot of people, you have to understand, there are people around you looking up to you. There are people around you just as lost as we are, as you are, as a lot of us are. And they're looking for some guidance. They're looking for some leadership. They're looking for answers to why things are the way they are, or how can I get to a place of peace and joy. A lot of people are miserable out here. A lot of people weren't born with a silver spoon, so they're trying to figure it out. A lot of people out here with a slave mentality was raised that way, who don't understand that I have the authority, or they have the authority in their lives to rule it, to control it, but are dependent on others, are dependent on the government to supply their needs, and don't know what it feels like to actually be independent. And that's what this channel is all about. In today's message, staying focused, because when you focus on your purpose in life, you can get it done relatively quickly. You can get it done really fast if you focus on it. And I mean, what we think takes a long time may only take 2 months, 6 months, or a year, depending on what your goals are. Think about a person who goes to school. If you go to school just for a technical, a trade, that can be done as little as in a year with just consistency. Why? Because they don't take breaks. They go straight through. They go from step to step, and you be done in a year, and you have you've graduated, particular in the medical field or something. A CNA or LVN or what have you, or whatever you're trying to do. You can be done in as quick as possible, based on staying focused and not being distracted. And I challenge you guys to stay focused on whatever your goal is. I challenge you to reach out and make things great for yourself and your family, because your family will benefit. You won't be the only one that just benefits off the fact that you have stayed focused on your goals. But I mean, a lot of things come with that. Think about it. By you staying focused on your goals, people are seeing that, and they're inspired. Oh, he's staying focused on his goal. And once you complete it, you just show the attribute, a key that's going to help them do the same thing. It sounds so simple, but a lot of people don't know it. It sounds so simple. A lot of people do know it, but they just don't know how to go about using it. And it's crazy, but it is true. It is true. We have a lot of things inside of us, guys, that we know nothing about. We have a lot of things inside of us that we don't know how to use. People talk about integrity and showing love, and people have that inside of us, but it hasn't been shown to them to even know what it looks like, how it feels like, how to even do it. I remember myself. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't know how to properly communicate, meaning not just saying hello, this and that, but it just wasn't something that as I grew up, it was something that we did on a regular. So I wasn't able to communicate or sit there and just hold a casual conversation. I've grown and understand now, casual conversation can be good or bad, because that can often be a distraction from your purpose as well. But guys, it's just keeping your focus on. And I challenge you, man. I encourage you, keep your focus on, because one thing I know, and everybody who have made it to a successful level, meaning they completed their goals that they had set in their lives, that the purpose that they set for themselves or that God gave them, they completed it. Focus was a main part of it. Focus was a main part of it. The millionaires you see, no matter what we think about them, they kept their focus on and they got to where they are. You're no different. You're no different. So you have to keep your focus on. We have to keep our focus on and understand that God has our back. And my next message, I'm gonna talk about that. Because we talk about, and I'm gonna let you guys see it. It's coming up. It's coming up real soon. But it's mainly dealing with what is it? What does it mean when people say, I gotta, have God in my life, or say what does it say? Make it clear when people say I need God in my life. And I'm gonna do a video on that, on what that really means, because a lot of the things that we talk about and we speak spiritually about, but it can be related to you in the physical. Because I was looking at a video, I think it was I was looking at a video, worldly video, and it just excuse me, it hit me with great understanding of why people see and say, frown on God, frown on the church, and frown on, really don't believe that spiritual side, really don't believe that God is real. Why you have atheists in the world, because there is, I looked at the video, they're in a world themselves. With women around and drugs and drinking and dancing. They're in the world themselves. So if you're in the world, how can you see another world? I mean, you wouldn't even think it exists. And I understand that. I remember before I came and rededicated my life back to God, back to Christ, I literally felt the same way. My mindset was, I didn't think that virgins even existed. You know what I'm saying? Because the environment I was in, everyone was having sex. So I was like, man, please get out of here. But I was surprised once I rededicated my life and came into this new world with God, and there were a lot of people around me, man, that really are practicing abstinence and waiting to get married, and virgins not having sex. And it blew my mind, because I didn't think it existed. And it's more than a person could even think about. Like, it's really not even a handful. It's a big number of people that do this all around the world, and that was encouraging in itself. And just to show that there is another world out there. There is another world out there, and I can understand those who are in the world and living a lifestyle that's away from God, how you don't see what I'm talking about sometimes. But there are a lot of people that do. And I want you to understand that this is real. This life is real. So that's what I'm gonna be touching on a little bit in the next video, just to let people know, hey, what does it mean when a person say God? Because I know a lot of people think it's religion, and some of it is. I agree with you 100%, and I'm not for religion. I'm not for Christianity. I'm a follower of Jesus the Christ and His ways. The Christianity, and even that term alone, it didn't come from Jesus. His fellow disciples didn't give it that name. It was the oppressor. It was the enemy that started the label and tried to infiltrate, just as he did a lot of modern day things. Such as your Black Panthers, such as the civil rights movements, and all these different things that were trying to be created as peace, as love, as growth for mankind, as for people, and that's how Satan works. Anything that God is trying to build, he's trying to tear it down. He's trying to tear you down. So you got to understand, we must fight, because there's a spirit out there that's trying to fight against us, tear us down from reaching our full potential. And we got to fight, not physically, but it's spiritually. It's spiritually. Everything starts spiritually, because when that thought comes, that thought is coming to make you act physically. So therefore, it's spiritual first before it's ever physical. So that's why it's very important to be spiritually fed and have great understanding of what's going on. So as you move and you act, you are cautious, because your actions will send off a ripple effect to those around you and could affect the environment. Look at all the war we have. So, guys, stay focused, stay grounded. I don't want to go off too much off topic, because I'm giving you more for the next video. But just stay focused. Whatever your purpose is in life, stay focused. Hey, I know people gonna pass away. I understand. Your family gonna call, want to go out, man. But if you stay focused, you can get to all of that in no time. Stay focused. I know you want to help people out and do things, but hey, what's the benefit of you helping people out now opposed to staying focused, finishing your goal, and then helping them out? You'll be in a better position to do so, opposed to you doing it right now, and then every time you helping them out, you pretty much in the same position they were just in before you helped them out. And all you did was trade positions. In some certain cases that can be good, especially if you got God in your life. I know me, I've done that plenty of times, because I'm like, you know what, I'd rather go through the suffering and then to let them go through the suffering, because I know I'm built for it. I know who I am. I wouldn't want them to go through that. But at the same time, you got to also understand, just as I understand now, sometimes they have to go through it, or else they never grow, or else they stay dependent, or else they stay with their slave mentality. Because anytime you reach out your hand to help someone, not help someone, but reach out your hand for help, you're keeping that dependency going. And God is trying to make you independent, so you can only rely on him. God's trying to show you that, hey, you can do it if you keep me in your life. Meaning, you won't even come into those ways where you have to reach your hand out and ask for help. You'll forever be a giver, because you're walking in the ways of God. And I promise you, the ways of God gives you nothing but abundance. You will always be able to give something, opposed to always, taking from others, and that's it, man. I'm telling you, when you walk with God, that's the way it is. But you got to stay focused. Complete your purpose, and be in a better position where you can help, not just once, not just twice, but you can help all the time. Not just at this month, because I got paid this week, but all the time. You got to say no sometimes, just so you can get to that position where you can help better. So in order to do that, you got to stay focused. You got to take out the distractions in your life and get it done. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Don't forget to embrace the struggle. That's what a growth is. Later on.